We're recording now.
How would Kobe feel about you easily jumping wearing a whole Laker shirt? He'd probably be like, "Take my shirt off."
He's so disappointed. How
You
you
know,
gonna be
mama
jumping this?
mentality.
How you gonna be jumping? Right, we jumping this kind of shit.
That nigga didn't even flinch. You remember that? You remember that in the game when somebody tried to
It was Matt
fake him with
Barnes.
the ball? Yeah, Matt
Matt
Barnes.
Barnes. My man didn't even blink, bro. He's standing there chewing gum. You just yeah, all right. And even Matt said he was like, damn, he didn't even flinch. Me, I would have been like, please don't hit me, Mr. Barnes.
Speaking of NBA, you seen Steph go off last week, dropping like 60, what, 2 points?
I didn't watch. I heard.
Whew, that man is scary, man.
Listen, that's why you get paid the big bucks.
You know what I'm saying? And he did that against the Blazers. Like no shade to absolutely zero shade to Kobe at all, and obviously RIP. You know, everybody talks about him when he drops like the 81 points. People forget he did that against the Raptors though. Like the Raptors was trash back then.
Hey, it doesn't matter who it was.
I'm just saying. I feel like it's a little more impressive to drop 60 something with Dame Lillard in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just me.
I understand what you're saying. As long as there's no disrespect on Kobe's end.
No
Yeah.
disrespect, Kobe.
Cause I'll slap taste out your mouth.
You ain't gonna slap nobody.
I'll slap you.
Yeah,
Are you
the way your knees built, you ain't gonna run into nobody.
And I've been practicing my stretching, all right.
Yeah, I noticed you're the only one that ain't been dropping no TikTok challenges.
No, because I'm not. No,
None of the crybaby, none of the busted challenges, anything like that.
I'm not doing no. I'm not nothing.
You need about to
Leave
bust.
that to the young girls that you know.
No, this girl's older than you dropping it.
Well, okay, they still trying to get found. I've already been spoken for. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying I don't know. I'm not trying to like display my skills.
So you mean to tell me if you was a guy, you wouldn't want your girl doing no busted challenges?
Popping my ass. Yeah, for me, if that's my girl, like do it for me.
I feel like I'd be weird about it. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm enjoying watching them so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some impressive ones. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been taking notes. Like,
okay,
all right, Lakeisha, you working it out. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is just like I think TikTok is cool because I like how it's quick and short. But I'm telling you, if I hear hot in here one more time, it's driving me freaking insane. I'm like,
checking your reflection and telling your best friend.
Oh my gosh, like shut up. I have to mute them. I can't listen to it. I'm like, all right, turn it off. It's just like Body from Meg. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Shut up. Don't say nothing else. Like, hush yourself. Don't say nothing to me. But yeah, I think it's cool, but I saw one busted challenge and she should have kept it in the archives. So you didn't have to share that with us. I think you could have just kept that in the camera roll because
who, Meg?
No, heck no.
I was about to say,
Meg's knees are built from the Infinity Stones, freaking titanium. Like, she can do no wrong when it comes to, but I don't have those type of needs, you know what I mean? Like, nah. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on TikTok to impress strangers. But I can do that for my man. But everybody's different.
Oh, you one of those. You one of them chicks. You get a man now, all of a sudden every other sentence is, oh, my man this, oh, my man that.
No, it's not that. I'm just saying, like I say, I'm not busting it open for strangers online. It's weird to me. But everybody can do what they want. Some people like doing that. I'm introverted and shy anyway. So when have you ever seen me like, no?
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. I didn't even dance when I went to the club. I'd be chilling. I stand up, do a little something.
Little two-step.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be busting it open. Like, nah. With my ass in the air. Nah, I'm good.
So you mean to tell me if somebody was behind you right now and you started hearing the doom, 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 doom. Girl, you working with you bad? Yeah. You lying like that.
Taking over for the 992.
Cash money taking over for the 99 and the 2000.
No, I'm just
Lying like hell. Nope.
no.
I don't want to hear it.
It's happened before. You act like I didn't go to clubs when
I don't know what you was doing back in your 30 days. You know?
clubs. Like, watch your mouth.
I don't know what you was doing.
Nah, I was going to the clubs. I just was, I was a spectator. Like, oh, that's nice. She don't have no drawers on, and she throwing her ass in the air. That's cool. That's
It smell musty.
it.
Oh, that's what that smell was. I do always smell something. Why?
The hint of salmon, and I was wondering where it was coming from.
Mm.
Now I know.
Smell like toe jam and Fritos.
Oh my god, yo! You ready to open? I already hit record.
Somebody open a window in this club. Smell like Funyuns.
Oh my god! Now the clubs used to. I don't know if you were. Did you ever go to like Fur or Love before?
Love was the one that I never went to, unfortunately. I did go to Fur a few times.
Love was lit. Fur was lit like.
Fur was ratchet as hell.
It was ratchet. It was a sweat box.
Looked like somebody's basement.
First AC felt like your grandma's AC in the country, where she really didn't have it, but it blew a little bit, just enough to keep you like moist, but not cool.
Moist.
Every time I would go, I'd be like, why do I keep coming? Like, you go sweat your hair out. It's going to be musty. It only takes one person with bad hygiene to come in the club, and the whole club is going to just, ugh.
Facts.
But Fur was 18 and over, and Love was 21 and up, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So
Love, I think was 18.
Actually, no, I lied. Love was 18. No, it was certain nights. Friday night, you couldn't go to Love unless you were 21. But I think it was like certain nights, because I did go to Love before I turned 21. When I turned 21 and I had an X on my hand, baby, I was in there like, yeah, let me get a blue motorcycle. You know what I mean? Let me get a Henny and Coke.
You would be a blue motorcycle chick.
I love blue motorcycle. That was my go-to drink in the club, was blue motorcycle. And I can't remember what introduced me to that drink or who introduced me to that drink. But once I had it, I was like, yeah, 2 of those, I'm done. And if I got to drive, 2. Well, if I got to drive, like 1 and something to eat. But if I got to, like, be cohesive, nah, Mo. Maybe 2 max with a really heavy dinner.
See, I was, I was never really a big club person as it is, but I was a party person, especially in college. And, we used to write out.
I went to college. I had parties at college. I didn't get to.
I just said especially in college. Man, it's not my fault. You did not take advantage of the resources and the scholarships.
I didn't go to parties. I didn't go to that
because you wanted to go to art school and then have no campus life. That's up to you. Oh, I want to draw. Oh, I want to paint.
You went to an office building for college. It's not my fault.
I was about to say, just because just because you showed up and went to DeVry or whatever does not mean they accept anybody. All you got to do is call them like, hey, y'all taking? Like, yeah, come on in.
You just walk in and they're like, come on in. Orientation starts.
grab a desk. We got about 6 open ones.
No, it's like 25. We're like, how are you guys taking money? There's no one here.
No, they don't even got whiteboards. They still using chalk. They still got that big old projector with the little cart that they had to roll in from the janitor closet.
With the little paper with the special pen?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, yo.
Man. But we used to ride out to DC to go to parties because we threw parties at George Mason too. We had some good ones there, but a lot of other schools would throw even better parties. And like especially freshman and sophomore year, we would go out to GW. And like the Kappas and Qs and everybody out there would always be throwing all these parties. They had like the little pretty nasty joints. And there was a room there on GW's campus. I don't even remember the name of the room, but some like conference center or whatever they had. They would throw all these parties in this big room with these glass windows for like walls and everything like that. That place was the most hottest, sweatiest sweat box I've ever been in my life. Dog, you immediately walk in 5 seconds later, you could be completely dry. You can walk in completely dry with a t-shirt and pants, some jeans. It doesn't even have to be jeans, but it's just any type of regular pants and some sneakers. You walk in completely dry, literally like 13 seconds later, you drenched in sweat. It was so hot in that joint, yo. People was taking clothes off in there, musty as hell. The windows were steamy. I'm dead serious. Man, bruh. They used to have these joints called the Dollar Holla parties where you pay like $1 after before a certain time you can get in. Bruh, them joints was girls twerking. You know what? This is why I think girls today are soft, because girls back then would be twerking for 2 hours with dehydration, sweating everywhere, clothes half off, hair messed up, nails falling off, whatever, and they were still going hard. Shoot, let some Travis Porter come on, or some, some Pretty Ricky. I don't know, whoever was hot at the time, some Roscoe Dash. They was in there twerking.
You want to see some man? I better see some cash.
Girls try to hit it low one time, they knee busted. They don't want to dance for the rest of the night. Girls today are soft.
They don't want to mess their hair up. They don't want to mess their hair because they gotta take pictures later. Like,
right, they forgot to take pictures before they got in the party, so now they want to be cute and just stand there.
Yeah, you don't want to mess your hair. I paid $200 for this lace front. I'm not messing with it.
Okay, well that was your fault.
No, it's not. It's my business. This is for a reason.
Yeah, all right.
Nah, I think you're right too. I feel like 90s. Well, I wouldn't know because I wasn't partying in the 90s, but I feel like from seeing footage from like 90s parties and like our older cousins' age, like back then, they danced for hours, bro. Even my mom said that. She's like, y'all generation, y'all don't dance like that. She said, she said, when you went to the club, you sweated your whole hairstyle out.
The whole hairstyle.
Like, you just danced for hours. And I was like, but then she get tired. She's like, yeah, you get a little, you get a little sip of water, you get a little drink. But see, back then, there was no, social media, right? So there was no pictures of you looking crazy. There was no video of you coming out the club and, your outfit looks all crazy, or, there was no footage. It was just the memory of, oh, yeah, so-and-so is Black.
Anyways, everybody, welcome back to the Good and Terrible Show. I know you're tired of hearing us talking. I promise this was not today's topic episode. I don't know how we got on this topic to begin with, but today we got another wonderful episode for y'all. It's another reaction video. Since we've gotten good responses, y'all, asking us to do some more of those. Apparently we have funny reactions, so I appreciate that. Mickey, go ahead and tell them what we're reacting to today.
This is the first thing I want to say. The entitlement that's going on in this world for some people is very baffling to me.
Ooh.
This is one of those times, okay? I'm gonna share my screen with y'all because I am flabbergasted. You understand me?
Flabbergasted. Ooh, we bringing out the words today.
Yeah, I read a book last night. I'm excited.
Okay. Finally learn to read.
Listen, LeVar Burton is helping me.
What's up? Can we hear the volume on that?
You can't hear? Oh, my bad. Didn't share the volume. Sorry, guys.
You can already see the girl in this video, so you know where this is probably going. You see the librarian hairdo.
Not the librarian hairdo.
You see the I still hold grudges from people that made fun of me in 3rd grade glasses on. With a plaid long sleeve shirt. This is classic.
I'm not sure in the audio.
This is classic introduction into Karen 101.
Sorry, it's not. Come on.
Technical difficulties.
You keep talking.
So yeah, so today we're going to be talking about we saw a clip online. This girl, obviously, during the pandemic, since COVID started last year, people like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, all of them have been Postmates. Their business has exponentially been increasing since people cannot really leave their houses to the same extent that they wanted to. They can't go out to eat as much as they wanted to, so a lot of people have been getting deliveries. And this particular young lady that we're about to show you happened to be a little perturbed at a particular customer who left her a certain amount of tip. And I'm gonna just preface this by saying, you signed up for that job. Some people are great tippers, some people are not great tippers, but at the end of the day, you're still doing that job. You chose to do that, so you can't necessarily complain to people about what you get. And in this particular episode specifically, because this guy actually ended up leaving her a generous tip, and she was still upset because she thought it wasn't enough. So we're gonna go ahead and play that video.
There we go.
Once we're able to get that situated. So just waiting on Mickey and letting us know when it's ready.
on now, we shall do it. Why is it not showing? There we go. It's my first day using the computer, guys.
Remember my first time. All right, here we go.
You can leave it. Thank you. You can leave it.
No, I could speak to you actually.
I'm sorry?
I need to speak to you. I don't think you realize where they're coming from, so I need to speak to you.
Where what's coming from?
Where the food you ordered is coming from. I don't think you realize the distance that it's come from, because then you would never actually have given what you give. So I think you can come and see face to face. Because I drove 40 minutes. And it was extremely far, and I got it to you early. So I don't think you realize where you ordered from.
I don't understand. You
well,
drove 40 minutes from where?
From the restaurant that you ordered from. Do you realize how far it is? Do you realize you ordered from Colmac and you're in Smithtown?
That's a 15-20 minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes. It's 12 and a half miles. So I don't think you realize how far it is.
So why think you accept the pickup if you think it's that far?
They don't let us know how far. So I think you need to adjust your tip to make it right.
How much is the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for? I gave an $8.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the food back. Okay.
Okay. Is she fucking kidding?
$8? That's a lot.
40 minutes it took her to get it? Okay.
Bro, the fact that he said, how much did I tip you? $8. Girl, if you don't take that $8 and go somewhere and sit down, I did Uber Eats for actually no, I did Uber for like a year, and I did Uber Eats the second year, and I used to toggle between the two. That's an excellent tip, okay?
An excellent tip. I just want to say I've never tipped $8 for a DoorDash order in my life.
And for 12 miles, it's just like, now, yes, granted, sometimes you'll have a longer distance, or you might be in traffic because they don't say what area they're in or what state they're in. But one is daytime, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what time of day it is. Two is just like the person tipped you, gave you a tip, and you're not happy with it, and you had the audacity to take my food back.
The audacity.
Listen, I would have ran down if you don't give me my goddamn.
Dog, I would have been chasing all the way down. Like, you don't mess with somebody's food, dog.
No, and I waited, and she's saying it took her 40 minutes. So I waited almost an hour for my food. Are you gonna take my food back? Yeah. Okay.
First of all, let's really get into this.
She would have caught an AirPod case to the back.
Well, first of all, before we got even into that argument, she is outside this man's door and had a clear intentions to wait for him to come outside and actually answer the door to speak with him in person. She's not even wearing a mask. I don't think people even saw that part. So let's even get into that first before anything else. She wanted to talk to this man all in the face. She's not even wearing a mask to his door to drop off his food, which means she probably wasn't even wearing a restaurant to get the food at the restaurant.
Oh, of course not. Because you don't take it off and then, she hasn't been wearing it all day.
And bruh, I gotta say, like, I am a little bit disappointed in our friends down in the South. There are some Black folks who have been doing this too, but especially, I've noticed it with the white folks down there in the South, basically ignoring the fact that COVID even exists. The whole anti-mask movement that seems to be going on is ridiculous to me. And it's so much. I mean, there are folks that do it up north too. There's some folks, but it just seems like there's just so many more by area down there in the South that just don't understand how masks work or don't want to understand how masks work. Right. So like, let's get into that. And then to have the nerve to when he said you can go ahead and drop it and leave it, you can leave instructions when you get a delivery from like Uber Eats, Grubhub, any of that. You know, you can leave instructions for the deliverer person, and say like, you know, you want contactless delivery or something like that. I'm sure that was probably requested at this point. He said you can go ahead and leave it, and then she was still standing there. He said it again. You can go ahead and leave it twice.
Politely. He said it politely.
Right. And then she was like, no, I think I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you. She said, I can speak to you, or whatever she said.
Yeah, I can speak to you actually.
I was like,
no, you can't.
No, you can't speak to me. If I requested contactless delivery, no, you don't need to speak to me.
That's the whole purpose of me hitting that button, so that I don't have to talk to you. Yeah. And I have Ring. Technology has allowed me to answer my door without coming to the door. So why would I ever leave my house to come downstairs to talk to you with no mask on about food that I paid for that you're not happy with the tip? Girl, please.
Get out my face.
Go somewhere.
Get all the way out my face. Go sit
down. The other part that made me laugh was I was like, white people are so nice. Because if she had said that to one of us,
bruh,
I can speak to you actually. Heifer, if you don't set my food down, it would have been a lot of explicits popping off. Like, girl, if you don't go somewhere, and like you said, seeing her with no mask on, 9 times out of 10, I don't want that food anyway. Because you done brought it to me and you've been breathing on it. And to me, I don't mean any harm. People that are not choosing not to wear masks in public places, and deliberately saying, oh, COVID's a hoax or COVID is fake, you're not washing your hands good. I can't trust you. If you can't even protect your own face in a pandemic, how can I trust you to wash your hands and be sanitary? I can't trust you. You're not trustworthy. And with my food I'm about to eat, no. I don't want that food.
I mean, listen, you can also choose. It's kind of similar to like Lyft drivers and Uber drivers. Like, you can choose to accept a ride or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're kind of doing like a taxi service like that, it's the same thing for these food delivery things. You can choose what orders that you want to pick up. Okay, so if you realize that, like, if you pay before a person pays before the person accepts the order.
Right.
You when you order for something online, you confirm your payment then and there, and then they accept the order and go pick up the order. So she saw wherever this order was coming from and decided to do this, then realized, oh, this is farther than I might have thought it was. He already paid. He don't need to adjust his tip for you.
No.
Especially after he gave an $8 tip, which means that it was probably a big order to begin with.
It sounds like it was.
Yeah, it's not like he's sitting down at the restaurant where the percentage of the tip really should reflects
the service.
Yeah, it reflects the service. Like, no, this is not the same thing. This is delivery. I'm not paying the same rates for delivery tips as I'm doing for actual sitting down in a restaurant.
Not in this tax bracket, I'm not.
Right. You want 20% while I'm sitting down at a restaurant? Cool, fine. If you give me great service, maybe even more than 20%. That's fine.
Yeah.
You want 20% or more for delivery just because you decided that you wanted to accept this order and it's farther away. Bruh, people got some balls these days, dog.
Very much so. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, I don't, you know, believe in hitting women or anything like that, but we'd have some few choice words. She might get a stern shove or something like that. Like, give me my bag of food. And I'll walk back in the house.
I was when he came downstairs with his mask on and the shit. Bitch, give me my goddamn Chinese. What is wrong with you? When he would have just mushed it like a slight, like, get out of here.
Man, and you know, black people, we always keep extra stuff that we get in the bag. We always keep all the napkins and ketchup packets and utensils and all that
soy sauce.
I be throwing that stuff at her, man. I'd slap her like in the face with a ketchup packet real quick from like 5 feet away, like, whoop-pow.
You know what's worse? Soy sauce. Soy sauce. If soy sauce spills in your clothes, that outfit is ruined for the day. Like, you're going to smell terrible. Take a soy sauce pack and it just tink all in.
I'm throwing soy sauce, ketchup packets, Chick-fil-A sauce.
I'm turning the sprinklers on.
She
in
might
that
get
type of house. Let me turn on my sprinklers. She don't know me. She don't know.
She might get whacked with some Polynesian sauce or something like.
No, I'm not wasting Polynesian. I love Polynesian.
Whatever you got spare.
She ain't worth Polynesian. Now she worth the soy sauce and ketchup. Polynesian is like red gold to me. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Everybody got like a bottle of I feel like got a bottle of old salad dressing with like this much left in the bottle somewhere like the door of their fridge. Yeah, see, look, you go ahead and chuck that. Yeah, give me my food.
I got a quarter, a little bit of seasoned dressing left, and I can't toss it until, excuse me, the bottle's completely full. As a Black person, I cannot throw away anything until I've gotten the last drop of whatever that container holds.
We turn into Terry Crews real quick when it comes to condiments, don't we?
Terry Crews, Jason Pitts, that's me, baby.
Jason Pitts.
That's 30 cents worth of refrigerator clothes.
Hell yeah. That's 42 cents with a Thousand Island. What you mean?
Listen, you can't tell time when you sleep. Unplug that clock.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I've never had to struggle so bad where I unplug my clock. Like
you better wake up and remember how much money you don't have. Unplug that clock.
This girl be unplugging the oven and the stove. Like what?
You know I unplug my microwave.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
You unplug your microwave every time you leave the house?
Yes. And
how do you even remember to do that?
What do you mean? It's on top of the fridge. I take it in.
Okay. So hold on. So let me get this straight. So if you got to be at work at like 9 a.m. in the morning, that means like, because I've been in your apartment, your kitchen is not in the way. Like your bedroom, there's a bathroom on one side of the apartment, and then your bedroom, and then you can go, towards your front door.
Right.
So you don't even need to go into the kitchen when you're getting ready for work in the morning. So the fact that you like go out of your way to go into your kitchen to turn off your microwave every day.
I unplug it after use. Every use, I unplug it. So when I'm done.
Wait, hold up. So you plug your microwave in to use it every time?
Yes.
So you gotta like reset like the clock and all that stuff every time?
I don't use the clock on the microwave though. I don't use it.
Oh, somebody, we gonna have to do a whole nother episode on this. I've never heard of this. Is the most.
Think about this. It's on top of my fridge. I'm short. I can see the numbers, but I'm like, when I touch it, I'm like this.
First of all, whose microwave is on top of their fridge?
Nigga, it's small in there. Don't do this. Don't apartment shame. Everybody is.
I'm not apartment shaming. I'm kitchen shaming.
Everybody doesn't have a kitchen island and
I have an island.
Kitchen.
You gotta. Okay, ma'am, you gotta have space for a microwave somewhere though on one of the counters. I'm just saying.
No.
This might be. Look, I'm all for being frugal and thrifty and all of that. This might be the cheapest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
When I see my light bill, I'll be like, yes.
Your light bill be like $13.82.
I'm normally under 100, except for the wintertime. Wintertime, it might be a little bit over. I get cold.
This girl.
But yeah, and it's a habit, so it doesn't even bother me. There's an extension cord.
But in order for it to be a habit, you had to build that routine up, which means you started from like one day. It was just like, you know what? Let me unplug this microwave.
When I first moved out on my own, money was very, very tight. For all those people that when you first leave your parents' house and you move on your own, and 9 times out of 10, you're not moving out with a lump sum of money, and you had just enough to get stuff done.
Oh, you mean to tell me you don't get a small loan of $1 million? Like
no. I don't have the privilege of having rich parents that can carry me until I get on my feet with $1 million.
So hold on, let's dig deep into the video at this point. We just went down a whole dirt road here.
We did.
So okay. So other than the microwave, let me ask this. Do you unplug your TV every time?
No, because I use it.
Okay, so you leave your TV on, but you unplug the microwave.
But I don't use what I'm saying is I don't use the microwave every single day. I use my toaster oven more than anything.
You unplug your toaster oven every day?
Yeah.
Wow. But the TV uses more electricity than both of them.
Right, but I'm constantly, and sometimes I don't even watch TV like that. I'm more so on YouTube on my phone.
What about your computer?
I don't unplug my TV. No, none of this computer work stuff I don't unplug. That just goes to sleep.
But the computer and the TV definitely use up more electricity than your toaster oven.
This may be true, but I'm still taking away those two things because am I using my toaster oven all night? No. The reason why I started doing that when I moved out was because I saw on Extreme Cheapskates, which used to be a show on TLC, it was a guy that used to unplug all his appliances. And he showed how much money he saved every month. Now, he was extreme because he unplugged his fridge and his stove. I'm not doing all of that. That's excessive. Now,
you can't unplug your fridge. His food is nasty.
Right. That was the thing. He would have to eat and I was like, that's too much. He would have to eat his food in a certain time, but that I wouldn't do. But the microwave and the toaster oven, because think about it. I'm not using those. Even when I go out of town, I'm not keeping all that stuff plugged in. I don't even leave my charger plugged into the wall. Once I'm done using that charger come out the wall.
The charger's not even using electricity when it's plugged in. Unless like if you have your charger plugged in, but it's not plugged in on the other end to your phone, it's not even using electricity.
It's not.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
I mean, if you can prove it, I'll leave it plugged in.
This okay.
Applies lip gloss to wait for confirmation.
This sound like the lady that be monitoring showers in her apartment, like the one that like, oh, you got to turn the water on and then turn it off to lather yourself and then turn it back on to rinse and then get up. Like she was doing that type of stuff. She was bringing like cups in there, filling up the cup with water.
Yeah, that's like, nasty. That was the late. That was the same show, I think. She was this the white lady?
No, she was black.
I don't know why I just whispered like this the white lady?
Oh, white people here. What?
Yeah, they listening. Look. No, it was a lady.
Look at silly face behind you. Look, she talking about white people. Me and Mike just sitting over here laughing. Like, me and Mike over here like, oh, this girl turned off her microwave. What?
Mike got the circus bag of popcorn that you get when you go to what's the black circus we used to all go to? I can't think of it. Soul Circus.
Universal, yeah.
They give you that big bag of popcorn, $13.
You know what? I actually haven't been to Universal. I've been wanting to go for a long time.
I went once when I was a kid. It was fun. It was a totally different experience from Ringling Brothers. Ringling Brothers.
What they got? Niggas coming out stepping in?
What? They was playing hip hop. They had like it was like the band was it was great. And plus people
breakdancing on elephants.
Man, what? The elephant was breakdancing. The elephant was a gold chain. I was like, hold on, Dumbo. Like, how you shining like that? He had a manhole cover. It was lit.
The lions come out with chains on.
No, the lions had grills when they was like, rah. It was like, yo, he is shining, bro. He's shining. It was definitely a better experience, but it was cool because all the people that worked in the circus were black. So you had a black, the ringleader, it was like, oh, this is cool. Black acrobats. The Ringling Brothers is like, everybody's white.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
But I've been to Ringling Brothers a bunch of times. I used to go a bunch of times when I was a kid.
But growing up, once I realized how inhumane circuses are, I don't. Even the zoo, I'm just like.
Is it inhumane? Because it's not like they're treating the people bad, it's they treating the animals bad.
I'm sorry. Yes, I didn't mean to say inhumane. For the animals, to me, it's a lot of animal cruelty, and then too, it's just like they don't. I feel like have enough of space and land for the animals to really, have a chance to kind of.
I mean, it's sort of a lot of zoos, but people still lining up to go to the zoo.
But that's the same thing. I haven't been to a zoo. Well, of course I went to the zoo.
I was about to say, please tell me you've been to a zoo.
The last time I went to the zoo, I went with my nieces, and that was just, but even then, when I went, I was like, animals just look so sad. When you're a child, you don't realize certain things. But when you see the tiger and the nigga just sitting there just like, I fucking hate it. He's got like not even a quarter of the space he would have in a while. It's sad. You can just tell.
When you went to the circus,
not happy.
When you went to the circus and you went to the zoo, when you went to the concession stands, was you over there plugging in appliances too?
Hell yeah! I was like,
hey, you don't need that pretzel maker on right now.
No, turn it off. That's 13 cents. Go ahead and unplug that.
That's 26 cents worth of electricity in that pretzel maker.
I was regulating other people's appliances. Like, ma'am, you're not at home. Why are you doing that?
You would have made yourself at home. You taking your feet off on the bench, taking your shoes off at the benches.
Nah, I ain't doing all that.
Mickey live here.
The fuck. What? I was trying to say my rubber bands are restricted. The funny thing is that where I'm frugal about the electricity, the water, I let that shit burn, baby. Because I take 30-minute showers on the minimum. That's
oh my gosh, on the minimum.
Oh yeah.
What? Ma'am, no.
It's at least like I would say average is like 15 to 20 minutes.
That's why you so light skinned, because you scrub all the melanin off. That's what that was.
I love showers. Showers, they're so therapeutic to me, and I love hot
And this girl, oh, by the way, y'all, this girl cleans her bathroom, cleans her toilet literally every single day. Twice a day.
What's wrong with having a clean toilet and clean?
There's nothing wrong with having a clean toilet, but that is just excessive. That's water that you're wasting right there.
Yeah, but it's included with my rent, so it's like,
Oh, you got one of them. That's why.
yeah,
See,
it's
some of
built
us have
in.
to pay for our water.
The only thing that would happen is if I went over the allotted amount for, like your size of apartment, but I've never, knock on wood, I've never had them be like, hey, you went over, because it's just me.
Man, if I had free water that was included in my rent, I'd let that joint
Oh, if
run
I was
too.
paying for this water, it would be a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
Like,
see,
I'm
you
going
talking about
outside,
30-minute showers.
to the creek to get some water to.
Everybody at home that actually pays water bills was looking at you crazy as hell right now. Talking about 30-minute showers on the minimum. Hell
But
no.
the thing is, even when I purchase a house, I'm still probably going to do that because I've gotten used to it, and I love.
You tell your boyfriend this? Because
He knows
listen, he gonna have something to say about that. As soon as that first bill hit,
all the time, like, man, she's still in the shower.
yeah, he gonna have something to say about that when y'all get a house or move in or whatever, and he look at that water bill, he go, we need to talk.
No, what I'll do is to compromise. I'll pay the water bill, so whatever I'm using, I'll be like, hey, I got this bill because I know I'm the majority of the person that's using most of it.
Okay, hey, listen, if you paying for it, then what's up?
Listen, I'm a very, very
She's a modern woman.
Yeah, I'm
You're
not
not one of these chicks out here talking about you need to pay everything.
I don't. Oof, that's a whole different topic. But
oh yeah, we don't do that one day.
For those women, it's you want what you want, right? It's nothing wrong. That's what they want. My question is, if I'm doing that and I am trying to build something with my partner, I'm trying to have I'm trying to build something for the future, right? So if one person is paying all the bills, and what am I doing with my money? Am I investing my money? You know what I mean? Like, where's my money going? That's the part. It's just like, well, if he's paying everything, then okay, should you be investing your money in other businesses? Are you building something? Are y'all purchasing another home? You know what I mean? So it's like this income stays here and then do something else. That to me is smart. But if I'm just throwing my money away on frivolous stuff like purses and bags, it's just like,
oh, you mean the Birkin from last episode?
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, it's to each his own, because depending on your spouse's income, they might be able to afford everything, and you and your expenses and your Birkin and your shoes, which if they can, that's great. But if you guys are both, working class, or you're entrepreneurs where you're making a certain amount of money, but you're trying to grow, it's just like you can do more if everybody's, helping out. But that's just my opinion. I personally don't necessarily want my husband to pay for everything.
Hey, here.
I don't think. And
yeah, these chicks be wilding these days.
No.
Like, do you know about inflation? Some of these girls ain't never took an economics class in their life, and we whole talking about what they think. Like, ma'am, you don't even know what's going on with finances these days. You don't even know the statistics.
Not even that, but the other part of that is, okay, well, if he's paying for everything, are you taking care of the house? Because the old school way was, the mother stayed home, the father went out and worked, but the mother did the laundry, took care of the kids, did home. And that, to me, being a housewife, I would rather go to work.
Hey, listen, but also people be neglecting to talk about the whole picture. They're talking about, oh, well, my grandfather or my father or my uncle, whatever, he provided for his family, he took care of them. They didn't have to work out of it. They forgot to tell you, in some of them eras, the women couldn't go to work. It wasn't even legal for them to go to. They had no choice but to stay home. What do you mean? So now women got whole careers.
Kids too.
Right, that too. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Now women have whole careers where they're, advancing themselves. They're getting educations. They're starting, LLCs and entrepreneurs. They're becoming executives for, Fortune 500 corporations and all that stuff.
Right.
Like, if he's doing that and she's doing that, I'm not going to be paying all my money towards all these bills while you just get to stack up your bread the whole time. That's one-sided. Like,
right.
That's not how it rolls these days. But
like you said, some people feel like, and like I said, it's nothing. I'm not bashing anybody for what they want. Like, I don't know if you saw that. Nah, because everybody has their own plan. I have my own. Somebody might bash me like, oh, well, you gonna help your man pay bills? Yeah, because we're trying to build something. I'm trying to
exactly
this to there. So yes, me and my boyfriend, when we live together and when we become married, we're going to be a partnership. Now, granted, I feel like one person, it shouldn't lean all on one person, but we can pick and choose. Okay, I can take care of this. and that's the other part too. You know how much money your spouse makes, or you should, I hope. You know how much money they make. You sit down and have a conversation. This is what I bring home. This is how much I pay in taxes. This is what I have to put towards the bills in the house. Then we could talk about, okay, do we want to go on a vacation every year? And this is, of course, with COVID not being in the picture. You know, do we want to go on vacations? Do we want to invest money in something else? Do we want to start a business? Do we already have businesses? How much money does that take? Then you can have that conversation. But if you just like, no, you pay everything, but it's like, are you looking at the bigger picture? Because how are y'all going to evolve if he's the breadwinner and he's paying everything, but then if you're not, you know, contributing anyway, not saying that like being a housewife is not contributing, because it is. Like I said, for me, I don't want to be a housewife. I have not seen physically, but just, you know, from TV shows, I'm like, staying home all day and doing laundry and cooking and cleaning, that does not sound like fun to me. And that's not even adding in children. And you talking about not even school age kids, but like, you know, toddlers and babies where they're in the house with you, you still have to entertain them, help them, you know, with their reading and stuff like that. That's a lot of work. Children alone for a mother is a lot, whether the father is there, you know, in the household working.
I mean, and even in addition to that, if you have, whether it's the man or the woman or whoever's paying all the bills, if you're whoever that person is that's paying all the bills, you basically have the whole say in that household. You basically have control over everything. It's like if I'm sitting here paying the whole rent or the whole mortgage, you know, plus all the utilities. Shoot, this house better be spotless when I come home every day. I better have the dinner that I want to have every day. You know what I'm saying?
If I want ribs, bitch, you better get your ribs in the kitchen.
Bruh, there's no way I'm gonna be sitting there paying 100% of everything, and I'm still not happy at home. Like, no.
And then you come home, and the house is a mess. Or we eating takeout for the 10th time this week. It's like, bitch, what have you been doing all day?
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Not to say, again, not to take away from the woman's contribution or the man's, because there's a lot of men that stay, you know, I've seen that where they've taken the role as the husband, but not as the husband, but the husband will stay home and the mother will go work, or, you know, she has a business. That husband still has the same amount of work. I feel like in a marriage or relationship, partnership, whatever you choose to do, the duties should not all be on one person, but you have to sit down and figure out what works best for you two, not what society says you should do. Because society may say, well, the man should, the woman should cook and the man should, you know, do X, Y, and Z. But what if I don't like to cook and he loves to cook? Why can't he cook and I clean? Because I'm not a big cooker like that. But
you're a cleaner. You're definitely a cleaner.
I'm a cleaner, right? And if my boyfriend is a good cook, which he is, listen, we already worked out like, bam, you cook, we're gonna eat. I'm gonna go in there and wash the dishes. I'm gonna clean the kitchen.
Listen, y'all, Mickey can make some mean cereal. Tell you that.
Certain days when I cook, but I'm not like my sister. I'm not fine. Well, I can just make anything. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
Her sister made cabbage good to me, so if anybody can do that, that's different.
She can burn.
I don't even like cabbage, but I like her cabbage. That cabbage was bomb.
She was in the kitchen studying, where I was like, my mother tried to get me to cook when I was like, no, I'm not into that. And I still like that now. I cook out of necessity, but I have to be in the mood to do certain stuff. But
Mickey cook with the microwave when she plug it in.
When I plug it in the microwave, I go,
Bagel bites, taquitos, pizza rolls. I got it.
Those hot pockets were crispy. You understand? Nobody make a better hot pocket than me.
Let me tell you something. She'll be over there making cooking recommendations at parties. Let me tell you something. If you want the best flavor, you put it in for 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay.
And then you take a wet napkin, put a little water on it, then you flip it over.
That's all. Oh my goodness, that's
what my dad taught me. I do that,
bruh.
I do that now to this day.
If you do that, you too deep in the trenches for me. I'm sorry.
Man, listen.
If you're putting wet napkins on your food, I'm cool. I don't know.
Perfect example. I made pasta Sunday.
Made pasta or reheated pasta?
No, I made it myself.
In the microwave?
No, I couldn't.
Okay. I was about to say, what in the world?
Come on now.
I was about to go in.
Don't make it seem like I don't know anything. Like, I can cook a little bit. But I made pasta. But what I did is, 1, 2, so it doesn't splatter. You take, my dad taught me this. You take napkin. Oh, perfect example. take a paper towel, put a little water on the top of it, put it on top. The water in the napkin will absorb the heat and it won't overcook your food. Same thing with bread. You put a dinner roll in the microwave and you just throw it in there and pop. You're gonna dry your roll out. Take your napkin.
Putting dinner rolls.
Throw your water on there
with wet napkins
and you
on
don't
the microwave.
saturate the napkin. You sprinkle it.
Bougie. You too
Just-
bougie for me.
What?
You over there
You don't
putting
like
wet
your
napkins
dinner
on
rolls
dinner
warm?
rolls?
Yeah, you don't
This
like
girl.
your dinner roll warm? What if your food got cold? Like Thanksgiving, if the rolls are cold, you're not warming your food.
It's not that big of a deal. I'll put it in the microwave. I just don't need no wet napkins on it. I'm cool with it.
Nah, I want mine.
You can throw bread is real easy to heat anyway. You throw a roll in there for like 10-15 seconds, it's already pretty warm anyway.
Now 15 is cooked. 15, you gonna fry that joint.
That's
Maybe
what I'm saying. It doesn't take
maybe
long.
like
So like
7.
you don't. It takes more time to put the napkin on than it does to heat. I could already be eating like 2 rolls by the time you finish.
Listen, my roll is gonna be soft and moist, and yours is gonna taste like bricks.
No, it won't. I shoot. Not if I heat that real quick.
Nah, man, my daddy taught me well. That's one thing I'm not giving up. I don't care how much money I make.
I'm not taking cooking
still
advice
doing
from
it right
people that
now.
unplug microwaves. I'm sorry, I don't
Hey,
care.
If you electricity bill, you don't want to save 8 cents a month. You do
8 cents a month. What you
do
buying at the end of the year with that?
Hey, listen, man, I got
Look,
a lot of
there's 12 months in a year. Okay, 8
I
times
got a lot
12.
of
What's
bazooka
that?
gum in the closet. I got about 2 boxes of bazooka gum that I've invested in. That I'm gonna
What's 8 times 12? What is 8 times 12? Go ahead, do that math. That's 96 cents, ma'am. That is 96 cents.
Listen,
You can't even buy a bag of chips no more with that. You remember you used to buy them little quarter bags? You can't even buy no quarter bags of chips no more.
You can't get no rap snacks for 96 cents.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even buy wrap snack. By the way, the Migos with the sour cream and the Dapper Ranch.
Yes.
Fire. Now listen, we can talk about this all day. I don't know how we got on food. Before we leave, because we got to get up out of here soon, y'all.
Yeah.
Before we leave, let's touch on these white Trumpers real quick. Storming the Capitol building last
What
week.
they call them, the Vanilla ISIS? That's what somebody called them. And then Charlamagne called them Al Cracker instead of Al Qaeda. Al Cracker.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. They was over there storming the walls like Donkey Kong.
Bruh, I said, the first thing I said was, now white people have the audacity to call us monkeys, and y'all climbing this wall like little chimpanzees. Stop.
Who hired the security at the Capitol? That's all I want to know. Because they smoothly took that day off.
Listen, I will say this. I said this to somebody else in a conversation. All of this shit was set up. There's no way that they didn't know these people were coming.
Some of these people didn't. You look at them videos, some of these security people, the black ones, were actually surprised.
Some of them didn't, right? I'm not saying the security themselves knew. I'm saying the people high up in the tower that knew what was about to happen, knew that shit was going down. Because there's no way that, I don't know if you remember the woman that got shot for making a U-turn going to the Capitol. It was a black woman. They killed her. They shot her in the car. I think she wasn't even from DC, and they killed her. She was making a U-turn, not even as close to where they got to when they stormed the Capitol, and she's dead. But you allowed all of these white people and a couple of black folks, which I'm disappointed in y'all. I just want y'all to know. I don't know what y'all was thinking, but why? Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation with the Black Trump supporters. But the issue I have is, which a lot of people have said, if those had been people that look like you or me,
easily would have been shot.
We would have been shot. They would have blew that whole lawn up. They would be like, we about to drop a drone. We about to get a drone and drop a bomb on these niggas because they done lost their damn mind. The people that were pro-peace.
I think they were bringing weapons. I think some of them brought some weapons into the.
They had bombs. Bruh, they had bombs.
I've seen better security at Girl Scout cookie stands in front of Costco.
What?
Bruh. Or like I've seen better security at Chipotle when you ask for too much chicken. Like, bruh. You ever go to a McDonald's in the hood and you ask for an extra pack of sauce? Them niggas tense up real quick. Their security is better than. Look, my grandmother had better security in her kitchen when she's making Thanksgiving dinner.
Right. And you hit
like, boy. look. Pride Rock had better security when Mufasa was alive. That's all I'm saying. Somebody need to be fired.
Let me tell you the best security team ever. Y'all ready? Go to a Baptist church with the old usher board. I'm talking about like back in like the night. Well, even now, I'm talking about the grandma usher board where everybody is 55 and over. You try to come in that door when they praying. What? It's like Fort Knox. You're not getting in that church.
Because they all the ushers and deacons are bald headed and built up top. They skip leg day, but they got all the upper body strength.
No, I'm talking about the women. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the ushers. Most of the usher board, most of the time they would be women. And at my
I ain't seen that. Most of the ushers I ever seen be men.
Now, at my dad's church, Zion Baptist, when I was a little girl, we used to go, and it would be like an auntie. She'd be at the door. She had a hand behind her back, had an all white shoes, the nurse's shoes. And we would, if we came into church late, which sometimes we would, and they'd be praying, and you trying to open the door, she would look back, and they always had those two little windows right in the back of the church where she could look and see who's trying to come in. And she would turn around and go, and you had to wait until she ushered you in to go sit down. And they told you where to go sit. It wasn't no, I want to sit in the first pew. You sit
if you late, you can't pick your seat.
Those women had better security and better.
The Oompa Loompas had better security at the chocolate factory. That's all I'm saying.
The thing that baffles me is just like people that are like, oh well, I mean, they're patriots and they're just passionate. We were fighting. We were protesting. You and I both protested, and I went to another protest, and I think you went again too. We were protesting
I went to a few.
Right, we were protesting about equal treatment, civil rights, not being killed.
I was about to say we were protesting but not being killed.
They just live. These people are protesting because
they lost an election.
The loser that they voted for lost because he was already a loser anyway. And he lost. He doesn't want to admit the loss. Mm-hmm. And now y'all are trying to turn this into, oh, they're patriots or they're just passionate and they're exercising their rights. No, they're not. No, they're not.
I'm as big as a football fan as it comes, right? I love football. I've loved football since I was a little kid, right? Since like 5-6 years old. I'm a big Giants fan, okay? I know the Giants suck. They've sucked for the past like 6-7 years, okay? The Giants have been sucking for a long time. Okay, you know, if the Giants lost a game, okay, we were trying to make the playoffs, right? If we won one more game, we would have won the division this year. You didn't see me after a Giants loss out in the street with my Giants gear on, with blue shoes and a flag all over the place, talking about, you know, down with the Redskins, down with the Eagles, down with the Cowboys, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, bruh, like if you lost, you lost. Take your L and move on. Take
your L and go.
People been losing. That's how it works. There's a winner and a loser to an election. You already got one. He already won one election. Y'all had the last 4 years. Give somebody else a try. He stunk the place up.
Right. That was pure hell. And that's why the part that gets me is just like they refuse to accept the fact that we are in the space we are now. I feel like with COVID, because Trump didn't do enough to shut things down earlier. It was just like everything just fell by the wayside. But even outside of that, I feel like how can you look at these people storming the Capitol, being violent? They killed a police officer.
Mm-hmm. They was fighting even before they killed the cops. They were still fighting cops. There was a whole bunch of people actually fighting cops.
But here's the caveat to that: y'all the people that say Blue Lives Matter. So they didn't matter. They didn't matter last week, though, right? They didn't matter when y'all were upset. But when we're protesting, and we're not killing cops, because Black people, and that's the thing, it's the code that we've been trained. We know if you kill a cop, that's it. That's done as a Black person.
It's the jail time.
Period. Whether it's self-defense, whether it was a mistake, you're done. And for them, it's like they think that they're above the law and they have that sense of entitlement and that white privilege, which all of them weren't white, but a lot of them were. That white privilege complex and that white supremacy.
Because you were talking about, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
The leader of the group was Hispanic.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was mostly white people. You're absolutely right. Most of them were white. The leader of the Proud Boys group that was storming was Hispanic. He was a Cuban.
I'm Viola Davis. I'm leaving. Where's my purse?
Bruh.
Get out of here.
Bruh. This is ridiculous. I've seen better security at Asian-owned liquor stores. This is ridiculous.
How the hell is leader? I just be wondering.
There was a couple black people in there too.
I
Look,
seen them.
bruh,
I seen them coons.
that's
Checking
ridiculous.
and driving. And
It
the
was
white people
ridiculous.
and the white people couldn't care less about them.
Mm-mm.
Y'all
Not at
just
all.
there as puppets. You're just there to do what they want you to do.
Mascots and filling quotas. That's it.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't understand how there's certain people that don't recognize, and they don't, it's not that they don't recognize it, they don't want to recognize it, that white privilege is something that exists, and that white supremacy attitude of I can do this but you can't, and I can do this and not get in trouble. When I heard the FBI was asking for help to find these people, you got their faces on video. They were doing interviews with people, saying their names and where they're from. The chick that said she was from Tennessee, I was like, find her. She just
They was
told
whole
me her name.
throwing temper tantrums this week in the airports. A bunch of them got caught in the airports because they got put on the no-fly zone. A bunch of people were throwing temper tantrums, storming, kicking, just like you ever seen a toddler throw a tantrum before, where they just kicking and throwing their arms and flailing their legs everywhere?
In the grocery store, I can't get
Bruh.
this in.
That's what they was looking like in the airport. Security came to, when they found out who they were, the security came to pick these people up and escort them out. And they had to like drag these people out because they tried to do the whole dead leg where they just, slump and they doing all these arm. I'm like, bro, if you don't just get up and walk out the airport, you can't fly, drive, catch a train, do something.
And see, the funny part is a lot of them came from, of course, different states, right? So now they got to figure out how the hell they gonna get back.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a terrorist. That's exactly what they are. They're terrorists.
That's what they That's the perfect way to phrase it. They're terrorists, and them calling them some news outlets calling them protesters. No, they're not protesting. They're terrorists. You broke into a federal building, and then I saw a tweet where Trump tweeted years ago that if you something like it's a federal offense that should have 10 years. I think it was breaking into a federal building or defacing a federal. They did that. So
they are facing up to 10 years, yeah.
All of those people, and I don't care how good of a lawyer they have, I don't care about their status at work, they should all be charged that minimum of 10 years. And that will let them know going forward, we're not going to tolerate this. But because they're white and because they have that the complexion for the connection, and the judges.
I like that.
You're welcome. Oh, thanks. I said you're welcome. The judges are, not predominantly white, but I mean, it just depends on who they get. Because the thing is, the legal system is not fair. They may get a judge that's also a Trump supporter, that also feels the way they feel, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna let him go because he's a good guy," or just like the dude that's the
It's more black judges. Shoot, let me be on the bench for one of them cases.
All they ass in jail. I don't even need to talk to them. I'll be like 10 years. Next 10 years. What's your name?
It doesn't matter. Next.
You was the one with the bullhorns on with the that's 20. Because you look goofy as hell, and it was cold outside.
I hit him with the old Rock from WWE. We're like, excuse me, what's your name is? So he says, my name is. It doesn't matter what your name is.
It doesn't matter who you voted for. You're a jackass. Take your ass to jail.
10 years. 10 years. I hit a couple like 11 and 12 just to sprinkle in for some wrestle dance. 12 years. 13.
No bail and no way of getting out early. No time served.
Bail is $16 million. Go ahead and pay that.
Not even that. There is no bail. Take your goofy
ass. I set the bail real high so we can increase some court fees. I can get myself a pool.
Now you're thinking like a judge. You go to law school. You didn't go to law school, nigga. You just work out a
pay for my vacation.
I'm trying to take my family to Aruba. I'm gonna get this money.
Bail is set at $17 million. Next case.
Like Judge Brown, you were in Aruba twice this year. Mind your business. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Judge Mo Dollars.
Change your Twitter name to Judge Mo Dollars. Oh man.
You remember that from Wildin' Out with Cat Williams back in the day?
Oh, that was like I've heard that before. Yeah,
that was like the first couple seasons of Wildin' Out. They used to do like skits and stuff. Cat Williams, send the plaintiff in, please.
I gotta go back and rewatch those. I love Cat Williams. He's so awesome. But I just feel like the privilege and the attitude of entitlement that these people have is not something that
out of this world. It's out of this world.
It's out of this world, but they've been programmed to think America was brought together on violence It was built on racism. So Joe Biden saying this isn't us. Yes, it is. Because this is what we've always done. We've allowed certain people with certain skin complexions to get away with certain stuff. And when other people are fighting for equality, fighting for equal rights, fighting to just be able to, be in their homes and not be in their homes and their towns and not be sorry, I lost my train of thought. Not be what's the word I'm looking for? Not persecuted. Not be damn, my brain just went.
Wait, what?
I was trying to say not be harassed. That's the word. Not be harassed. And just Black people literally just want to exist and be left the hell alone. And these people are tearing up federal buildings and saying their names on camera and declaring that they're patriots and, the country should be proud of them. And they're not getting the same treatment as we are. And even the ones that, like you said, got arrested at the airport.
You know what it stems down to?
What's
At
that?
the end of the day, there's still a lot of people who don't view us as humans. And that's sad to say, but if you guys remember, quick history lesson, we used to be considered 3/5 of a human being. Black people in this country here, the United States of America, used to be considered 3/5 of a human. We were considered less than a human being. When you talk about math, you talk about integers. Integers means whole numbers. We weren't even considered to be a whole human. Think about that for a second. So there's still people, and all that stuff that racism gets passed down generation to generation. It's taught, right? It's not ingrained. It's taught until it becomes ingrained. And so there's still people who at the very core don't see us as a whole human. So they hate the thought of us being on an equal playing field to them as them. They don't want us to live in the same neighborhoods. They don't want our kids to go to the same schools. They don't want us to be at the same hospitals. They don't want us in the same C-level suite as them. You know what I mean? They don't want us to be in the same boardrooms, same office buildings, different things like that, because they feel it bothers them because they feel that they are greater than and they feel that we are less than. So they're holding on to that hope because they hate seeing the progress that could potentially get us in a better position as a people. And that's really what it comes down to as a core. They don't think of us as humans, and it's all summarized by that. Like they take action to keep us in our place. That's really what it boils down to. That's what all of it is.
Yeah. So, and that fear of being the white supremacist fear of not being the top gun and not being, or we're the best earners or we're the smartest, because they're not. It's just like that time is over. Black people are not going anywhere. We've been here for a long time. We built this country. If anybody should be fighting about anything, it should be us. And we've taken this stance.
Well, it should be the indigenous people.
That too.
It includes some Black people. Let's be real.
Right. The indigenous people especially too, but it's like, really, we could burn this whole joint down and nobody really say nothing, because it's like between the indigenous people and Black people in this country, it's like our ancestors paid the ultimate price.
And that's the reason, because you just hit the nail on the head. If Black people really wanted revenge instead of equality, we could burn the whole place down. But that's the main reason right there. You just hit the nail on the head, and they will never admit to this on TV. That's the whole reason why they stand so hard for the Second Amendment. So they don't lose their guns. They're so fearful of people taking away their guns because they realize if that happens, they have no defense to if all the minorities that they've wronged over the last 400 years want to take their possessions back or get their fair share of possessions in this land. So that's really what comes down to. Like, people can talk about, oh, it's to defend my house. Oh, it's to protect us from the government. It ain't for the government. We have the strongest military in the entire world. You mean to tell me if the U.S. military or the U.S. government wanted to take your house, they couldn't do it with a couple tanks? Get out of here, dog. It ain't to, bruh. I've known people that have lived in the safest suburban neighborhoods for 15, 20 years talking about, oh, I needed to defend my house. What do you have a gun in your house in every single room? I know people, there's a couple people I know who have a gun in every room of their house. And I'm like, what do you have a gun in every room of your house when you live in your kids? Your kids,
if you Black, even a person of color, you should be armed.
Your kids play soccer for a private school. Like, what? Who is robbing y'all? Like,
Who's coming to get you, and what time are they coming, so I can make sure I'm not home too.
Right. Your wife has been home for the past 15 years with orange slices and Capri Suns as the team mom. Like, what is she? What are you? No,
You drive a minivan. Who's coming for you?
the whole reason for the Second Amendment to this day, I understand why it was originally created in the 1700s, mind you.
Right.
The 1700s. I understand why they wanted it back then, because there actually was a tyrannical government, and they had like equal playing field with a lot of the English troops that were over there in their neighborhoods with their little militias and all that stuff. Now there is no reason for the Second Amendment except to keep minorities down. That's really what it boils down to. And that's why, like, I hate to say it because I'm anti-gun. I'm anti for people having guns, in their houses and on the streets because they really don't need it in most cases. But what Dave Chappelle said in one of his stand-ups, he actually is, I hate to say it, but he's completely right. The only way that law is ever probably going to change is if every legal, able-bodied Black person in this country decided to get a gun, decided to register for a legal firearm.
Yep.
Did it the right way. And once they realize that all Black people have these guns, at that point, now they're finally going to be like,
now
all right.
it's illegal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, niggas can't do that. Oh no, all these niggas applying. Like, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're like brown hairs. All these.
Yeah, they hold up that little paint, the little paint thing from Family Guy with the different swatches on there.
Swatches. It's like brown, white. They're good. Keep going.
Cream, off-white, eggshell.
Yeah. Eggshell. Keep going.
As soon as they start getting into like, oh, okay, there's
like
taupe, khaki, tan,
yeah, like
raw sienna.
They're like, nah, bitch, you too dark. What's going on?
They start bringing out the old Crayola colors.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, your skin is mahogany. You can't have a gun.
I agree. And I think that's a good place to wrap because this should put a lot of people in perspective as far as if they think that what happened last Wednesday was not a show of privilege, a display of privilege for the world. It was. And on top of that, every Black person, and even people that are not Black that I've spoken to about it have said, if that had been a Black Lives Matter protest, or if that had been even just a group of Black people that tried that, they would have been murdered, and the news would have justified it, and they would have said they shouldn't have been on the Capitol property. It would have been all of the things that they shouldn't have done, and they wouldn't have died. But because they're white people, because they have that complexion for the connection, they're allowing them, like toddlers, to just do what they want and run amok because they're white. And that's all I got to say on it.
And everybody who's sitting at home talking about this ain't the America that I know. Yes, it is. It's been the same America the whole time. Every Black person in America laughed when we heard that sentence. Yes, it is. It's America we know. I'll tell you that. It's America we know.
You don't know it, but we do.
We know. We've been there.
Yeah.
But we appreciate y'all listening and letting us complain and talk, letting us hear the sound of our own voices for the past hour and a half. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. We're almost there at 100. We're this close. We're getting there.
Yes.
I see the numbers increasing. Thank you so much for the views. The last couple of videos that we posted, the views have jumped up.
Views was like 222. I was like, look at you.
And the one before that's like 140, 150, something like that. So we appreciate you guys. You guys are showing out. We appreciate all the love and allowing us to grow this podcast here. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, refer it, post it on your social media, get people to watch and subscribe. Even if it's your goldfish. I don't care if you pay goldfish watching. That view counts. Anyway, we thank you guys for having our backs, and we hope you have a great rest of your day from the Good and Terrible Show. I'm Mickey. She is Mickey. I'm Travis. You guys have a great day.
Yes. Bye-bye.